Hey y'all, we're gonna get into some afternoon tea, y'all. All right, y'all, let's get into the energy. Let's see what I got going on. Let me see if I can get myself pulled up. All right, let's get into the energy. Oh, let's see. Go back out of there. Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into the energy, some afternoon tea, y'all. Y'all know I was gonna record some content anyway. So I'm like, well, you know what? Let me just come and do it live. So that way, anyone who wants to catch the energy live, y'all can catch it live. All right, those who want to catch it on the replay, y'all can catch it on the replay. Either way, it's all content for me, right? Either way, it's all content for me. So guess what? We might as well go and get into it, y'all. Let's get into the energy, y'all. I hope y'all are having a beautiful afternoon. I swear I was just with y'all. We back. Right, we are back. All right, let me lower this so we can get everything in focus. All right, y'all, we're gonna see what's going on in the energy. All right, we're gonna start actually with Oracle. All right, we're gonna use a few different decks this afternoon. All right, I'll probably be with you guys probably about we'll see, about an hour or so. All right, about an hour or so. Actually I have a client at 3, so I definitely will be with you guys for about an hour or so. All right, y'all, let's get into the energy. I want to start with the Hidden Truth Oracle deck. See what it is that you need to know most at this time about your divine union. All right, we're going to see what it is that you need to know most at this time. We're going to look at some tarot. I'm going to use the yin yang. All right, tarot deck. We'll see whatever it is that you need to know most at this time, y'all. All right, if you want a message, y'all know what to do. Tap in, y'all. Tap in. All right, we're going to tap in and see what's taking place in the energy. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kyra. Hey, Rita, y'all. We in the building, y'all. I love it. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's go and get it, y'all. I said we're going to do it. We might as well do it. Somebody loves you unconditionally. Yeah. See, whatever's going on between you and your divine masculine, it's all been about divine timing, y'all. See, the time just wasn't right. And what we have to understand, y'all, as a collective, God's timing is not linear. It's not linear. Like the time you meet your person to the time soul recognition takes place to the time 3D union solidifies, none of that is linear, right? Like you can meet your person and have soul recognition and never see them again for another 2-3 years, right? Then in 2-3 years you may run into them and then they may say, oh wait, there's an activation that's taking place and now y'all will be around each other a little more, right? You don't understand the timing, right? You just understand it's a feeling, y'all. Your channel song. How does it feel, D'Angelo? How does it feel, y'all? D'Angelo. So it's just a feeling, right, that you get within yourself. And sometimes the timing isn't right, except that it is, y'all. Because whenever you meet your person, it's at the time that you need to in order for you to begin to put your life into perspective. See, for the divine feminine, at the time you meet your person, that's when you really begin to walk into your gifts, y'all. That's when you really get into your purpose and your creativity. That's usually when you go back to school, right? That's usually when you get another degree, you done start a new job. Like you meet your person when you're at the point of already moving forward in some things in life. Yeah, somebody regrets not being honest with you. Right? Somebody regrets not being honest with you. I'm going to clarify that, right? It says, I know I was yeah. See, somebody, your person, they were using themselves as a distraction, or they felt like they were, or you were some type of a distraction from pain. See, a lot of times you don't understand that. Again, if you met your person, for somebody, you could have come out of a very bad relationship, and when you met your person, they didn't understand that you really wanted them. Like this is somebody who maybe they felt like you were just using them as a distraction, right? Like maybe this is somebody who said, you know what, you've been in some pain, you just using me for a distraction. I know I was a distraction from your pain, right? So as a collective, we both have to understand that you both have pain. You do. And a lot of times you're using the other person as a distraction from that pain so that you aren't truly focusing on your healing. So what's taking place is that both, right, the masculine and the feminine, both of y'all will use each other as distractions from your pain where really you're supposed to be healing, right? This is a journey to enlightenment, y'all. Enlightenment. And wow, enlightenment don't require healing. I don't know anybody that's healed and not enlightened, y'all. That's stupid. Right, it goes hand in hand. So even if people in some of the twin flame teachings want to say, oh, it's not a journey of healing, it's a journey of enlightenment. I don't know no enlightened motherfuckers that ain't healed, y'all. That's still stupid, right? That's semantics. It's semantics, y'all. So you got half the twin flame collective people, all right, all-star twin flame. Y'all know that little man on all-star twin flame that always talking about you ain't gotta heal. It's not a healing journey, it's an enlightenment journey, right? It's an enlightenment journey. Well, yeah, motherfucker. But how many enlightened people you know that ain't healed? You still got to heal. You can't be enlightened and you don't even understand what you enlightened about, right? Your enlightenment is still you understanding your past and addressing those things. So whether you want to call it a journey to enlightenment or a journey to self or a journey to healing, it's all you becoming the best person that you know to be so that you can have somebody else in your life, y'all. Somebody can't stop thinking about you. And this was the energy that came out on the morning live, y'all. Somebody's been in deep contemplation about you and what it is that you mean to them, y'all. Yeah, it says, I am becoming a better person. Somebody doing their work, y'all. This is a divine masculine who is absolutely doing the work. They love you unconditionally and they're becoming a better person because of you. See, this is somebody who feels you even though you are apart, which means that this is somebody who now understands energy and they understand how energy works, right? And the only time you have this aching desire to be up under your person 24/7 is when you don't understand how energy works because you're never truly separated. So let me tell you, the masculine, y'all, until they are awakened, they really do want to spend every moment with you. They really do. That's why they talk about it, y'all. That's why they say stuff like that. I just want to take you out more. I just want to give you the world. I just know you deserve more. I know you deserve better. Y'all, those are all the things that the divine masculine say. And they mean it, y'all, but they don't feel like they can give it to you, right? But until they understand energy, all they understand is this overwhelming desire to give you the world. And then they trying to figure out how they gonna do it, right? That's the first thing my king said within a few weeks of us dating. He was like, oh, I just want to give you the world. And he never stopped, y'all. And he still hasn't to this day trying to give me the world. Even if I don't need it, it's their desire as your king to give you the world. But until they also realize that you have a connection, that you can feel each other even when you're apart, then that is what stabilizes the energy. Now they don't feel like this fire pressure on their neck, y'all, like a breathing dragon, right? Because they understand the spiritual connection. And guess what? You ain't going nowhere and neither are they. So at that point, you give each other room to breathe. Somebody truly wants you, y'all. I'm talking about it. This person desires you. I want you. Literally. Yeah. Somebody could be afraid to tell you exactly how much they really want you, y'all. Like somebody is afraid to tell you exactly how much they want you. Yeah. It says I couldn't let you get close to me because I'm finding the truth, right? See, somebody, I feel like there's something that your person has been hiding, right? With I regret lying to you and finding out the truth crushed me. Somebody, your person found out something in their life that they didn't expect to find out. Yeah, somebody crossed the line with them. Somebody crossed the line with your person and then it caused your person to mess things up with you. See, whoever this is that crossed the line, there was a lie. It was something going on. Your person has found out the truth about something, y'all. I'm seeing discovery. Like somebody has discovered the truth. What is this energy? Children could be a factor. I just saw children at the bottom of the deck. What's I regret lying to you? All right, what's I regret lying to you? Let's clarify. All right, what's I regret lying to you? Somebody wasn't honest, y'all. What was this lie? All right, what was this? All right, it says divine feminine and unsatisfied. Somebody didn't feel like they could make you happy, y'all. And somebody didn't. They just weren't honest with you. Your channel song is Sweet Lady by Tyrese. Sweet Lady. Like any other day, y'all. Like any, like this is somebody. If this was anybody else, they would never lose their cool. But with you, y'all. Like this is somebody who they saw you as a divine feminine right off, y'all. That thing says divine feminine, leader, strong intuition, empathic heart, healer to others. But they also felt like they couldn't reciprocate. Like somebody felt like they were giving you the bare minimum, and they could not reciprocate what it is that you were giving to them. It says bare minimum reciprocation. Somebody felt like you were going to lose interest if they separated themselves from you, but they knew also that they weren't ready for you, is what I'm hearing. It's like this person wanted to stay with you, but they stayed in silence, right? Even though they were longing for you, right? They still put distance between the two of you guys because they couldn't reciprocate for whatever reason. This is somebody that just could not reciprocate. Yeah. Someone could have had legal issues, a criminal history. All right, somebody could work for law enforcement. See, somebody was getting all of the signs about you and that you were a gift, but they were afraid to take the risk because they were still being triggered by a lot of things in their life, which left them closed off and not able to appreciate you or make a decision about you. Yeah, options, y'all. Stop playing. Options. Somebody wasn't able to make a decision about you, but they were also afraid that you would find somebody new and then they would be in regret. Stop playing. Absolutely. See, you are the divine feminine, y'all, but somebody, you could be looking like this. Like somebody, your person knows that you aren't happy. They know that you aren't happy, but they also understand that they aren't giving to you. Like somebody, you just getting the bare minimum. But this is also somebody who did not want to go through the separation. And see, in the separation or the space is where you allow each other to grow individually. Somebody is still dealing with something from their past. And whether this is a criminal past, just avoiding some things, right? Maybe somebody just avoiding some things from their past that they needed to face, but they were getting the signs, y'all, that it was you. Somebody prayed for you. They knew that it was you, right? They knew that this was a spiritual contract. Somebody, it's the songs, it's the telepathy. Somebody, your person is having dreams about you, right? Or you could be having dreams about your person. But whoever this is, y'all, they were receiving all of the signs because they prayed for you. But when it came to solidifying something, they weren't sure if they were willing to take the risk. Somebody could be from Vegas. Somebody likes to gamble, right? Somebody likes to roll dice. Somebody, you could be a life path 4. I'm seeing 34 or 43. Right? But this is about making decisions. And somebody, your person, even though they saw the signs, they weren't working with you, right? Partner to partner. They weren't working with you. So a lot of times they weren't thinking, right? Somebody, your person didn't even want, they didn't let you know that they felt like you were a gift to them, right? Somebody is always thinking of you, but they were closed off. Like I'm talking about closed off, completely closed off. It says anxiety. But this is a silence that somebody was holding on to within. I'm hearing within the silence, right? Within the silence. There's a lot that's been taking place within the silence. And your divine masculine is now seeing the triggers of their childhood wounds. Triggers of their childhood wound, y'all. Somebody is now beginning to see how their childhood wounds impacted your relationship. And it was a lot that triggered them. Right? See, your person has been holding back, y'all, procrastinating. And I feel like even you had to make some type of decision for yourself because you didn't feel like somebody appreciated you, y'all. Appreciation. It's like you need to let me know, right? Somebody, your person wasn't expressing their love. So maybe you had to make some type of decision because the regret, right? The regret. You over here like, what we doing, right? You're distant, right? Somebody was being very distant, but they were also ashamed, y'all, because God showed them who you were. Signs. Yeah, I knew back then you were the special one. Stop playing. So deep in love. That's your channel song. My whole life has changed, y'all. When you came into this person, they whole damn life changed, y'all. They knew it from day one. Since you came into my life, y'all, that's your channel song. Somebody knew back then what this was, y'all. They received the signs that you were a gift. But this is somebody, because of their own anxiety, they refused to give in. So they met you with silence. Now, somebody, if you don't want this person, you got options and a new boo. All All right, so we're gonna clarify that in a minute because that could be a separate story for somebody. If you are tired, y'all, of waiting on someone to do what? Show you appreciation simply because they're triggered, that you are forcing them to look at themselves, and looking at themselves means that they gotta grow up, then guess what? If they don't want to, they gonna be the ones in regret because you can always make the decision because you always got options to do you, queens. You do whatever you want to do, y'all. I just read the energy. Right? So you have the option because somebody, you have new love coming, y'all. It says a happy place, right? Seeing someone new love blossoms and enjoying each other. All right. So whatever it is that you desire, it desires you, but you have to understand what's taking place within your union. All right. Let's go to some more tarot, y'all. Let's get into the energy. Welcome to the afternoon live, y'all. I am the Lady Empath 1111. If you new, welcome, child. If you returning, welcome back. We do morning guidance, y'all, at 7:15. So I am live every morning at 7:15. But because I have to record content for the channel anyway, I was like, well, I may as well just do the afternoon message live. And that way, anyone who is on, y'all can catch it now. Others, they can catch it on the replay. So I may do more of these, y'all. So just make sure you have your notification bells turned on, y'all. Because I got to record content anyway. So why not do it live? I don't care. One way or the other, it's going to get recorded. All right. What else do we need to know at this time? All right. What else does the collective need to know? All right. Past suffering. This has been coming out a lot in the energy, y'all, because we are going into the new moon, right? Thank you, love. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you. All right, we're going into this new moon energy, y'all. So this new moon energy is really about letting go of the past, right? As a collective, we have to understand if your past is affecting the present, then you got to let it go. So somebody had to let go of lack. They had to let go of betrayal. Somebody had to let go of just playing the damn victim, y'all. Sometimes you just can't be the victim in everything, y'all. And somebody, they was holding back or letting their past keep them in victim mindset and not being able to completely let go of their past, y'all. Yeah, but this is fate. This has always been fate, but somebody lacked balance, y'all. Karma, right? It's about understanding, right? If you prayed for somebody and this person comes into your life, right, and you are allowing your past, right, to stop you from moving forward and letting go, guess what? Fate, the wheel of fortune, oh, that's karma. Right? That's divine intervention. That is a divine detour. So when divine got to come in, who is that? God. Stop playing. God. So when God comes in, everybody gonna get karma. Everybody does. Your person, you, it don't matter. Whoever is not the one that is locked to the foundation, gonna get karma. Right? So now it's about balance, right? See, God comes to restore the balance in your union between you and your divine masculine. So when there are things that they are holding on to as the feminine, you ain't got to do nothing. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is remain balanced because then they are going to understand what their foundation needs to look like. See, somebody, the triggers here has a lot to do with someone's inner child and their stability, y'all. It says structure, disharmony, and inner child healing. See, a lot of what's taking place between you and your divine masculine is because they didn't want to face the inner child healing. See, there was a lot. I heard CPTSD. Somebody, your person has cognitive post-traumatic stress syndrome, or you, one of y'all, if not both, right? CPTSD is triggering y'all when it comes up a lot in arguments, right? It comes up a lot when you have inner childhood trauma and it's emotional trauma, right? Emotional abuse. That's that arguing, y'all. That's growing up in a violent household where the doors are slammed and it's triggering and it's trauma. So when you are somebody who has dealt with that type of trauma as a child, you can be having a simple conversation with this person, but they hear fire. Right? They see red, right? They see fire, right? Because somebody had a crack in their foundation. You have to build slowly with this person, y'all. See, somebody, they want to build with you, but it's their foundation that needed to be addressed, y'all. See, somebody had a lot of triggers in their childhood. And I feel like when you guys begin to have any type of conflict or disagreement, even if you said it nice, they heard it like that. Even if you wasn't screaming and yelling, y'all, that's PTSD. That ain't got nothing to do with you, right? So if you dealing with a masculine who dealt with like nasty women who would yell, scream, fuss, fight, cuss, cry, all of that, and you just said something simple, they would be triggered because in their mind, it's red alert, y'all, because somebody was still healing their inner child. Yeah. Somebody was dealing with a lot of coping mechanisms, right? A lot of coping mechanisms, right? It was learned behavior though. Like this is somebody who they would shut down and go within just because they still were dealing with their own inner child healing. And I'm hearing non-confrontational. Somebody just don't like confrontation. They don't like conflict, y'all. Yeah, the sun is here with Venus energy and an offer, right? See, you have a strength in you that this person doesn't have, is what I just heard, right? Like you have some type of strength in you that this person doesn't really have. So a lot of times, like you are someone, maybe you have direct communication and you like to address things head on. But because this person still has inner childhood woundings, they can't do that, y'all. So a lot of the healing that's taking place is your strength. It's your strength. Yeah, you don't care what people say. That's your channel song, John B. I don't care what people say. Get it out your mind because it's jealousy. They don't know about this here, right? John B, they don't know is your channel song. So I feel like you as a divine feminine, you over here talking about they don't know what this is, right? Get it out your mind because it's jealousy. They don't know about this. But your person, they had to find their own strength in order to bring you this offer. Now, somebody, you got an offer coming through now. Oh, you got an offer coming through. See, somebody knows that it's time to make a decision because this is a soulmate. Y'all, stop playing. Somebody knows that they are at this crossroad and they got to make a decision now, y'all. Why? Because tomorrow's the new moon in Aries. Happy New Year. Right? January 1st is not our new year, y'all. We are governed by astrology. Man made the calendar. Don't nobody know what January is. Man made that, y'all. God made astrology and seasons. And all we do is go by the seasons as astrology. Tomorrow is the new moon, Aries season, y'all, meaning we're ending retrograde. We're going into, right, the spring equinox, and it's time for everybody to make a decision, y'all. Why? Because this is that fire energy where it's pushing you towards what? Your destiny. Union. Soulmate energy, your destiny, y'all. So let me tell you, this is the point where everyone is now understanding if you with your person, you with them. If you not, that's not your person, y'all. And a lot of times you got to understand we being protected, right? Sometimes you're simply being protected from someone that's not your person, y'all. But right now, whoever this is, yeah, this is your person. This is a soulmate, y'all. But now this is decisions, y'all. Right? When you meet your person, now there's a decision. What is that decision? Sovereignty. That's all it is, y'all. I don't give a fuck about these labels, y'all. Twin flame, kingdom spouse, soulmate. It don't matter. High vibrational, none of it matters. All of it is energy. And with that energy comes a decision to either be high vibrational or low vibrational. That's it, y'all. That's the decision of the divine masculine. Am I going to rise up with my divine feminine, who is a representation of the sovereignty of God, which means I have to decide to be in high vibrational energy, or am I going to remain in low vibrational energy, which means we are out of alignment and that ain't your person? Simple, y'all. Anyone who decides that they cannot go is simply because they cannot sustain your frequency, which means it's not your person anyway. So somebody is heavily contemplating. Yeah, heavy contemplation here, y'all, between either two people or two paths, right? Because this is your soulmate, y'all. This is soulmate energy. But now there's a decision that needs to be made, y'all. All right, what is this decision? Let's clarify decisions, y'all. Welcome to the live, y'all. Welcome to the live in the comments, y'all. Double tap the screen, y'all. Give the video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. All right, I got 41 people watching, 23 thumbs up. Now, if you don't like it, click off. Simple. But if you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. All right, somebody, your person has to make a decision because they just found out something very shocking. Thank you for the gift, love. Thank you. Somebody just found out something very shocking, y'all. Literally. It says sudden change, shocking news. Somebody is going through their own transformation, y'all. I just heard you will be shocked. Right? Somebody could be lightning where you are, it could be thundering, right? But somebody, they have to make this decision. Somebody, your person may invite you on a date. I got date at the bottom of the deck. Somebody, and for those who want new love, I'm hearing go out and date, y'all. Unless it's the Amazon man that's gonna show up at your house, then how you gonna meet somebody, y'all? So if you want new love, then get back out there and date so that you can meet somebody new, right? But for you guys who want your love, your divine masculine or divine feminine, there's change. Somebody wants to date you. Somebody wants to take you out. Yeah, this was the runner, child, but that thing came out in the reverse. They ain't running no more. Yeah. See, somebody, your person had a fear of intimacy. Yeah. What's that? No ordinary love? I'm trying to hear what song is playing on my TV, y'all. Yeah, no ordinary love. Y'all stop playing. This is no ordinary love, y'all. But your person needed time to heal too. See, the clock is here, y'all. But this clock is about needing time to heal, to progress, to end some type of cycle, y'all. See, your person was running because they have a fear of intimacy, but a lot of that had to do with their childhood woundings, y'all. Somebody is now understanding that they were enough. See, I told you, inner childhood woundings, y'all, of just not feeling enough. Like somebody just not feel like they didn't feel like they were enough for you, and it was keeping them trapped, y'all, with this fear of intimacy. See, this is somebody, y'all, if you were to get close and then end it, it would hurt them, because whoever this is, they still were healing from childhood trauma of abandonment, right? So if you dealt with childhood trauma where you have been abandoned or you were made to feel like you were never enough, then you will self-sabotage your relationship, but it will show up as what? Ego and fear. It shows up, y'all, as ego and fear. And sometimes it's not ego or fear. It's truly healing. It's healing. So when you listen to these dumbass twin flame people that be talking about you ain't got to heal to be with your twin flame, you don't. But you try being with a motherfucker that got self-esteem issues. That's stupid. So for the Mr. All-Star man, Mr. All-Star twin flame dude, yeah, you're right, y'all. You don't have to heal to be with your person, but you try to be with somebody who feels like they're not enough. You try to be with somebody who lacks confidence. You try to be with somebody like that. You can't. So you do need to heal, y'all, and stop letting people lie to you, right? Because if you don't, you will self-sabotage your union out of your own ego and fear, and then the other person becomes frustrated. So yes, you need to fucking heal, all right? Because somebody had a fear of intimacy, and that ain't enlightenment, that's healing. You gotta heal that shit, y'all. You can't be enlightened if you still over here dealing with this addictions, obsessions, right? Attractions, hooking up, third parties, temptation. Y'all gotta stop letting people say stupid shit, right? Because this is a real world of spiritual warfare. And most of our kings, y'all, they dealing with the seduction and the temptation of the world. And that ain't enlightenment. That's the devil. That's the enemy, right? That's lower vibrational toxic energy. So what you gotta understand it is healing. What did I say? Heart healing, y'all. Heart healing. So you have to heal what is in your heart. Why? Because you manifest from the heart. You receive clarity from the heart, y'all. So you can't be over here talking about, oh yeah, I know this my person, but you so damn hurt that you can't even hear God. How you know it's your person then? Right? How do you know it's your person if your heart is still broken? Hell, you thought that last person was your person, was it? Right? If you thought the last person was your person, then it wasn't. So somebody, your person had to heal. They were in some type of an abusive relationship is what I'm hearing too. Yeah. See, somebody, your person would never tell you that because they wear this mask, y'all. Poker face and mask. Somebody hides their true feelings, y'all. They don't show you, but they were in an abusive relationship with a third party. And whether this is an ex-spouse or a family, somebody could have been abused as a child, or someone was in an abusive relationship, y'all. There was a lot of toxicity and or addictions in a past relationship where your person still had to heal their heart. In order to be able to take a chance on love, you got to be able to trust, y'all. And if your heart broken, you ain't trusting. Stop playing. You ain't trusting nobody if you operating out of a broken heart. You don't have the ability to trust, y'all. You don't. Let me tell you something. If you don't trust men or you don't trust women, then you can't find love. Because you got to be able to trust to open up, y'all. So somebody is now beginning to understand. Yeah, somebody wants to take immediate action, y'all. That thing says eager. All right, somebody is eager. They want to take immediate action, y'all. Yeah, it's about love. 25 could be significant. Somebody, you could be 25 or born on the 25th. All right, but somebody wants to take immediate action, child. That thing says eager. What is this? Immediate action. All right, on the floor. Yeah, girl. Somebody is realizing that there is some type of harmful or destructive energy or person around them. With this poison, y'all, what's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, stop playing. Determination, y'all. Somebody is now determined. See, somebody has made a decision. See, it says courage, perseverance, no more indecisiveness, firmness. But first, they had to see this poison, y'all. Yeah. Somebody, y'all been under attack. I'm talking about it, y'all. That thing say betray and revenge. Y'all union has been under attack, y'all. There's no one like you. Yeah, that's your channel song. Yeah, I'm so into you, y'all. See, somebody, your person was always into you. I'm so into you. What is that, Tamia? That just came on, y'all. But there was something. It was some thought manipulation, y'all. Thought manipulation. See, somebody, your person was poisoned. Yeah, somebody was poisoned. It's like their thoughts were poisoned. I'm hearing poisonous thoughts. Somebody, I'm hearing mind manipulation as well. Somebody, they were dealing with something destructive. Now it could have been their own thoughts, y'all. If somebody was drinking, for example, if you know your person has a drinking problem or they struggle with drinking, then it's some type of harmful behavior that was making them very indecisive because of their own thought manipulation. Let me tell you something, y'all. Drunk people, let's be clear. If your ass drinking and you think you finna make a decision about love, no, thought manipulation, because that's stupid, right? Or again, healing. Healing is here again, though, y'all. So somebody, your person absolutely had to heal their heart. Absolutely, y'all. Like, this is somebody that the only betrayal here is thought manipulation because somebody had to heal their heart, y'all. In order to have a change of heart, you have to heal your heart. The thought manipulation here is because, let me tell you, you tired. Exhaustion, y'all. That's you. You over here looking exhausted, back from making a decision, right? You feel like they're holding back, y'all, from making some type of decision about what it is that you desire for yourself. But what you got to realize is that when you get tired, they going to feel that you tired, y'all. So somebody is now saying that, dang, I'm exhausted. Why? Because you begin to feel what? Spiritually and physically exhausted. You begin to feel drained. You begin to feel fatigued. Then when the weight of being fed up takes its toll, guess what? You gonna rest and rejuvenate. And when you come out, you gonna make the decision because there have been distractions, y'all. See, this is a divine masculine who I told you, y'all, signs. Signs are here again, y'all. Right? Tokens from heaven are signs. God has been giving this person signs from day one, y'all. And now their asses is under judgment. Somebody is under judgment because they knew, y'all. I'm telling you, signs has come out here twice. Somebody received all of the signs that you were their person. Why? Because it's 2:34 p.m., y'all. 2:34. It's time for it to move forward. It's time for this to move forward, y'all. And you can no longer be distracted. So whoever this masculine energy is, if they keep being distracted, then you just gonna simply make a decision, y'all, to go find what? A new boo. A new boo. Right? See, you as a divine feminine, when you make the decision 2, 3, 4, what is that? To move on. Then you make the decision. Whatever they decide to do, oh, that's up to them, y'all. So whether they feel your energy leaving and they come back in and release the distractions or you move on without them, it's still your decision, y'all. Yeah, somebody, your person is under judgment right now. Yeah, because they were built, yeah, Pisces energy, y'all. And we coming out of now this today, y'all. It's like, what is it, y'all? The sun, Mercury, moon, and retrograde all are in Pisces today. It's about 4 or 5 planetary movements in Pisces, y'all, which is making people very emotional, right? Many people are emotional, and what they are beginning to understand is that their lives are hollow, y'all. Like, their lives are hollow. So as you realize that your life is hollow, it is not fulfilling, y'all. And as many people are beginning now to see that their life is no longer fulfilling, what do you do do, y'all? You make the decision to let go of the distractions and you move forward in whatever it is that you desire for yourself. Somebody is now beginning to understand that all of these distractions was simply because they felt empty inside, y'all. Somebody absolutely just feels empty inside and their emotions are missing, even if they appear to be strong, y'all, right? Maybe somebody works outside. I'm seeing outside. I'm seeing oak trees. Somebody works outside, but your person was truly struggling to connect with themselves because they just weren't happy. Right? Somebody wants to take immediate action though because they're realizing that some of their behavior was harmful and destructive. Yeah, telepathy. I don't make it up, y'all. I'm talking about it, y'all. Somebody is sending you all kinds of messages, y'all, telepathically because they understood that they got to take immediate action. This is somebody who, y'all, telepathy is locked in because this is somebody who don't communicate a lot, y'all. So they connect with you, right, through unspoken words, right? Languages of telepathy because they don't know how to open up. They don't, right? But they also understand that there has been some type of thought manipulation. What's thought manipulation with revenge? Yeah, spiritual access. Somebody, you've been giving spiritual access to see people, and I feel like now your person also has been given that same access. Yeah. See, let me tell you, if you felt recently the telepathy between you and your person increase, it's because they have spiritual access now too, y'all. See, let me tell you how telepathy works. Make sure you guys purchase my Twin Flame Workshop journal. It is a journal, y'all, that takes you through all of the Twin Flame journey, questions to ask yourself. You got to go through it, y'all, because there are different levels to the journey. Telepathy is spiritual insight. The divine feminine, you always got the telepathy on your side because you are the one that's connected to God, right? You understand that the messages are coming from God, which is their higher vibrational self. However, there will be a point in your union where your person is tapped in. Now, oh, y'all doing that shit together. And you know the difference, y'all. You have to take the class. I can't tell you some stuff on live, right? But you understand that when your person gets the same spiritual access and all they doing is tapping into it. Why? Because y'all are the same soul. Y'all are the same soul. So do you not feel like if you got telepathy off the chain that they don't, they just don't know how to follow the tokens, y'all, that God gives them. But once they understand it, then they are giving spiritual access too. So then the two of you guys together will unlock a different realm of togetherness. At that point, you can sustain a 5D union and a 3D union. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. Because now you ain't worried about what they doing. You feel them 24/7 and they feel you. And y'all send messages back and forth all day, right? You never feel alone. You're never lonely. You feel your person, y'all. But when your person doesn't have not completely opened to their own spiritual access, the telepathy is one-sided. And that's why you as the awakened twin don't understand why they ain't showing up, but you getting all of the 1111s. You getting the 333s. You hearing their name and you seeing their name and you seeing their car and you receiving all of these tokens. Because you're connected, y'all. Because you are connected. It doesn't mean that y'all are connected. You are connected. It's not until they reach their own level of spiritual enlightenment that now, oh, y'all do that shit together. Stop playing. And it's a beautiful thing. All right. But it requires spiritual access, y'all. And what? A wake-up call. Stop playing. 1111. Stop playing, y'all. Somebody, your person has now gotten the wake-up call. See, this is what's needed, y'all. This is what's needed for you to stabilize the foundation. That 1111 wake-up call, y'all. Somebody, your person got that shit. I'm talking about it. That thing says telepathy, spiritual access, and wake-up call. It says time to awaken. The universe is calling you to rise and embrace your true path. And as the divine masculine, y'all, that's what has to happen. They have to wake up and say, damn, if I don't wake up, guess what she gonna do? Options, new boo. Options, new boo. You are not, God has not put you on this or aligned you on this journey for you to be alone. Not at all, y'all. The journey is for you, right? For you to make the decision first to go within. Right? When you make the decision first to go within your person, y'all, they do the work. It is your person. And I told you, y'all, as someone who has been through a false twin flame, a narcissist husband, a karmic, y'all, and now my true twin flame, as well as a monadic twin flame. I got a split soul twin and a monadic twin, y'all. I've been through everything. That's why I'm a damn coach. That's why I understand it, y'all. So you got to understand where the journey is and where you are on the journey. And your person, they grow with you. They do. And if you've been dealing with somebody for 3-4 years and they ain't changed, because it's not your person. If you've been dealing with somebody for over 3 years and you have seen no change, it's not your fucking person. 2 years is pushing it, because you will see substantial change, y'all. You will see them move out of toxic environments. You will see them get better jobs or build their business. You will see them do things that show that they are stabilizing your 3D union. And if you're dealing with somebody and you don't see no change, because it ain't your fucking person. So stop playing. And all you be doing is holding yourself back, talking about, but what if it is? But what if it ain't? God has given you spiritual access. When you have your wake-up call, your person also awakens. And if that person ain't awakening, because it's not your damn person. All right? So somebody, you and your person have now gained a new level of spiritual access because y'all telepathy. Why? Because it's Aries season, y'all. What did I say? New moon in Aries. Leaving out of what? Pisces season. Real-time energy. Today. You versus them, right? So when you begin to understand that a lot of what's taking place is simply distractions for both of you guys, y'all, not to fulfill the contract. These are soul contracts, y'all. It's 242. All right. 2 is decision making. 4 is the foundation. But it takes 2 of y'all to come together to stabilize the foundation. But what you got to understand is that you will be attacked, y'all. Revenge. People will be mad. You will suffer many attacks on this journey. But God is always the judge, y'all. Judgment. Right? God is always the judge. You ain't got to worry about it. Judgment is always there. Why? Because all it is a battle of the egos. Simple. It's a battle of the egos, y'all. And who gonna win out? Literally, it says 2 forces locked in tension, neither willing to back down. This moment of conflict urges a choice, resolution, or escalation. Let me tell you how the divine feminine operates in ego, in case y'all don't know. Every time you try to explain yourself to somebody who is hell-bent on not understanding you, you in ego. Every time you try to explain to that person that you got a soul connection or they your person or you know that they doing this and they doing, no, you in ego too. You ain't got to tell somebody who you are. They should know you a queen. You ain't got to tell somebody you got spiritual gifts. They fucking already know that, right? So when the divine feminine is in ego, it's because you trying to prove your worth to a motherfucker who is intent on not understanding you. So now you in a whole ego battle because you trying to prove to him that you're a queen. And that motherfucker know that, y'all. So what you got to understand is that's how you show up in ego. Why? Because you're going to try to give to somebody so much that they finally say, I appreciate you. I love you. I want to commit to you. That's your ego. Your ego tells you that I got to be here, show up, do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G just so I can prove my worth to somebody else. Ego. So what you got to understand is that when the divine feminine gets out of your own ego, they are left with their own ego. And they don't like to sit in their own ego, y'all. That shit don't feel good, right? So when you are constantly or consistently in their energy, all they doing is taking all of that and giving it to you. And now y'all like this, right? Now y'all like this. You don't have to do that. You just back the hell up, y'all. If somebody's hell-bent on misunderstanding you, let them misunderstand you, right? You ain't got to prove your point to nobody about who you are. You know who you are, y'all. Yeah. Healing. It came out. Told y'all, I saw this at the split, y'all. Healing. See, as a divine masculine, the only thing they are distracted from, y'all, their distraction ain't you. Their distraction is from their healing. The people around them ain't stuff about you. They are distracting them from their healing. As long as they can get them to continue to look back, then they will never look at their healing, y'all. So somebody is now understanding that all of the distractions, whether it's work, whether it's friends, whether it's family, no matter what the distraction is, y'all, all of it is just distracting them from their healing. So now somebody is understanding that, guess what? Healing can be a painful journey, y'all. Uncovering deep wounds and hidden scars. Yet through this process, true strength and growth emerge. True strength and growth emerge, y'all, through the healing process. And as long as your divine masculine is not doing the healing, then they will never operate in strength and they will never grow. And that's why you, as the feminine, you got to back up. Why? Because you got spiritual access anyway. You know everything that's going on. Stop playing. Stop playing. You know everything that's going on. Why? Because you crown royal. Because you crown royal, y'all. You are royalty. And you know that your person is your person, y'all. It says royal energy never settles. See, this is the thing with the divine feminine. This is something I talk about a lot, y'all, when I do my life coaching sessions. If you think about it, and if you are honest with yourself, if, big ass if you have truly met your divine masculine, you can't settle for nothing less. You don't want a soulmate. You don't want a monadic to. You want your fucking person, y'all. Stop playing, right? But that also means that you got to back up and let them do the work, or you just gonna settle for less. Now, I don't give a fuck what you do, right? But what you got to understand is this crown royal, you're not gonna settle for less than who you know is the split of your soul. You're not going to settle for no less than who you know is you in the masculine or the feminine form, because you're crown royal. And royalty never settles, y'all. But let me tell you, right? You got to make sure that you know it's your person, because a lot of times, y'all will waste 2, 3, 4 years with somebody just to wake up and realize that person was never healing. They were never healing because they were never doing the work, because they were never your person. Right? So you have to be able to understand, when you don't take your crown off, then you'll always be able to see. Because if you take your love from me, I'll go crazy. Blackstreet, your channel song. Because if you take your love from me, oh, I'll go crazy. I'll go insane, y'all. Let me tell you, if you're dealing with your true king, that man is going to go whole crazy if you take your love away. That man ain't trying to get rid of you. That man ain't trying to be in separation and not talking to you for 4, 5, 6 months, 2 years. That's dumb as fuck. I be telling y'all, I don't know who y'all deal with. I ain't never gone no more than 2 or 3 days without talking to the king. Even when we was pissed off at each other, we ain't never like not been together. We've always been together. We might get annoyed, but I think the longest we've ever gone without speaking when I was real mad was maybe 3, 4 days. And that motherfucker was about to lose his mind. And that was on me. I cut his ass off, right? So you got to understand, when you a queen, ain't no motherfucker finna be talking about, I don't want to be with you. I ain't ready to be with you. I ain't want this. I don't want that. They ain't gonna do that shit. You just got to remember who you are. Royal energy never settles, right? So you don't settle for less from them, right? If you ain't taking that shit from a karma, you ain't gonna take it from them either, y'all. Like, what you gotta realize is that when you begin to settle, right, and your masculine is doing shit that you've already healed from, but you taking it from them because you know it's your person, you settling for their bullshit, right? So you don't have to even settle for their stuff, y'all. What you gotta realize is that this is on you, right? This is on you. And when you realize that, then you put your crown back on, queen. You got somebody thinking, y'all. Yeah, I'm talking about it. You got somebody in heavy thought, y'all, because everything you touch turns to gold. See, somebody looking at you like you got the Midas touch. But with you having the Midas touch, y'all, it's also allowing them to see the enemies and their immaturity. Yeah, because see, your person had puppet masters, y'all. See, somebody had a lot of puppet masters around them. But when you're operating out of immaturity, you do let people control you. You do, right? If you are operating out of immaturity, you always let people control you, y'all. So this is somebody who now seen that they got enemies around them who've been trying to control them, and now they looking at you in this balanced ass Libra Midas touch energy, y'all. All right, somebody, you could be a Libra, your person could be a Libra, but you are balanced, y'all. And when you are balanced, guess what? Everything you touch turns to gold. You got the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold. You got the Midas touch. Y'all stop playing, right? So you transform the ordinary into gold with every touch, y'all. It says bringing a touch of luxury and magic to life because you are balanced, y'all. So because you got the Midas touch, God done stepped in, y'all. I got divine intervention with genuine apology. Somebody wants to apologize. Y'all, they talking about, don't leave me, girl. Blackstreet. Don't leave me, girl. That thing say, don't leave me, girl. All right, let me get some oracle messages from your person. I don't know. Somebody say, don't leave me, girl. Black Street, don't leave me, girl. This person don't, they ain't trying to get left by you. They are not trying to get left, y'all. All right, let's get some twin flame love messages from your divine counterpart. All right, let's get some twin flame love messages. I got a client at 3 o'clock, y'all, so I'm gonna end right at 3, and I gotta hop into a session with a client. All right, y'all. So let's get some messages. All right, from your divine masculine, y'all. I will do these more often. All right, I record content anyway, so it ain't nothing for me to just cut the camera on, y'all, and record it. All right, so I will try to do these more often. All right, I miss you. All right, somebody, your person missing you, child. All right, somebody, you can have on burgundy today or red. Somebody, your person loves when you wear red lipstick. I'm saying red lipstick. Somebody misses everything about you, and it's I can't even get it out. Specifically today. Why? Because I never do these live, y'all. And instead of me posting the content, I decided to do it live because we are in this new moon energy, y'all. And it's something very important about today. Right? Because this card says today and it's coming up under telepathy. So somebody, the telepathy between you and your person, oh, that shit's off the chain today. Right? It says your eyes, your smile, your voice, your scent. Child, your touch. I am missing everything. Remember how we have connected physically over our lifetimes together. My love for you is boundless and unconditional. I miss you being next to me wherever I go. I search for you everywhere. What's that? Telepathy, y'all. Telepathy. Your person be sitting trying to see as you gonna tap in. They be calling on you, say, dang, she ain't listening, she ain't listening. You stop playing. What I say, divine guidance, y'all. Your person is so fucking tapped into they waiting on you. Your person talking about can you come on because I'm tapped in now. That's what I'm hearing, y'all. Somebody tell me, can you come on because I'm tapped in now? I know how this telepathy thing work. Oh, shit. If I think about you, you going to text me? If I think about you, I can feel you now? Hell yeah, y'all. Somebody, your person finally get it. Somebody finally get it, y'all. They finally get it. It says, I am amazed at how the universe brought us together. Everything keeps falling into place for us. There are divine forces at work guiding us to union. Divine is working behind the scene for us. If you look back at our journey, you will see it too. Something specific today where your person is really looking back at pictures, at memories. This came back on the live this morning, y'all. All right. So your person is now beginning to look back over the entire journey. And that's from the point they met you, the losses that they have taken, right? But also how they've elevated and how they changed, y'all. And all that shit point back to you. Stop playing, queen. That's why you don't ever have to worry about your person. Y'all, I never not saw me and my king together. I just didn't, because everything in his life screams me. Everything. The damn children, the house, everything screams me, right? Because you are the one, you are their guiding factor. You are their motivation for doing certain things in their life. So you ain't got to ever worry about them forgetting about you, y'all. That's divine guidance. God is always guiding y'all together, y'all. That's the signs and the synchronicities. Yeah, your person just had to learn. Somebody could be graduating, all right? Somebody, you could be finishing up your degree. I'm seeing a cap and gown, right? So I'm saying that both of you guys are learning lessons, right? As the divine feminine, if you in school, you done gone back to school, right? You learning Reiki, you learning energy healing, whatever it is that you're doing, that time apart, y'all, is needed. It's needed for both of you guys to learn and to grow. And y'all learn and you grow, and then you come back together so that you are better people. And now you have two people who are proud to be together. Y'all, that is the main goal of the masculine. My king always told me that from day one. He would be like, babe, you my motivation. Babe, I just want to make you proud, right? So when you realize that they busting their ass literally to make you proud, then all you do is say, great job, love. Don't forget to eat today. Do your shit, king. Don't forget to da-da-da-da-da. You just stay in the background. You ain't worried about them. Why? Because you got shit to do too. Right? So both of you guys, you're learning and you're growing separately. And in that time apart, that's when you begin to work on yourselves as individuals to become the best version of yourself for yourself. And then when you do it, of course, you're going to get a person, y'all. And that's the thing about the dark side of ego and shadow, right? See, as the divine feminine, when you realize all you got to do is work on you. You can't control nobody else and you don't have to. When you work on you, you become magnetic to everything, to soul tribe, to friend, to family, right? New family, new friends, and new love, right? So whether it's your person or somebody new, when you walk in the essence of your feminine energy and you've done your healing work, you become magnetic and you get everything. You get whatever it is that you want, y'all. You get it all. Yeah. All right. Somebody, your person say you mine though. This person, they claiming you. You are mine. Greater thing says we are meant for each other. There is no one else in the world or who could ever replace you. We were made to be together. We are destined, and I am yours and you are mine only. We have done this before and we'll do it again. Somebody, your person now recognize also that y'all have a past life together. It's two cards on here and they both are speaking to a past life connection. Somebody now understands this, y'all. That's why this is here, right? That's why this divine guidance, y'all. Somebody that had a visitation from a spirit guide, a dream or something, and now they understand that they owe you an apology because they were immature, y'all, and they listened to enemies. They listened to people who were enemies. Yeah, they did. Now, child, best part, Daniel Caesar is your channel song. All right, I will leave you with this soon. All right, somebody, your person says soon. Let me get you some advice. It says, we will be together in the near future. Our reunion is imminent, and I am doing what I can to be ready for you. I am working hard on myself to be a better provider for you. I hear you call. I'm telling you, y'all, I hear you call for me and I'm coming back to you. This is my promise to you that soon we will reunite again. Somebody, I told you what I said. Your person is a provider, y'all. Kings are providers. They want to be able to provide even if you don't need it, y'all. Like my king told me that. I have money, y'all, but he still wanted to be sure that if anything happened to me, not only can he take care of him and his children, he can take care of me and my children, because that's what kings do, y'all. Kings make sure that even though you the queen and you got your shit together, if anything happens to you, they can take care of it all. And if you dealing with somebody who cannot, then they not ready, y'all, and it's okay. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you. All right, so let's get you some advice, y'all. All right, advice. It says karma. All right, so the universe is bringing this together, y'all. See, it says the universe will ensure energy is restored and in balance. All right. The universe is restoring this connection, y'all, to make sure that it is in balance, y'all. All right. What else? All right, we got negligence. Negligence. It says negligent act stems from past abandonment. What did I tell y'all? I don't make it up. What did I say at the beginning of the reading, y'all? This is somebody who had to heal their inner childhood wounds. They were just dealing with their own past abandonment. So they was running from you, but not really. They was running from intimacy because of their own past negligence, y'all. It says negligent act stems from past abandonment. Somebody was abused, y'all. Somebody was abused as a child, or their mother or father left them. Somebody abandoned them, y'all. I'm talking about it. Mirroring. Right? And being with you, it caused them to see some things, y'all. It says you are reflecting the hidden fears, thoughts, and emotions of your partner. Let me tell you something, queens. When y'all get like this, it's really because you are now mirroring them. They be tired of their life. They be tired of running. They be tired of excuses. They be tired of the family. They be tired of everything, y'all. They be wholly exhausted, right? But then they won't stop. So now you pick up the energy because y'all mirror each other, and then that be you looking like that, child. Looking like that, child. So somebody, now you're understanding that that's why you have to protect yourself and have boundaries, y'all, because your person be going through shit, y'all. Insecurity is at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, y'all, somebody felt like they weren't enough, and now they're doing all of this introspecting and reminiscing, y'all, and that's why you need the detachment. See, the detachment will allow your person the space to do their introspection. Maybe the detachment ain't for you, y'all. Maybe the detachment is so they can sit alone long enough to say that they fucked up. Sorry, y'all. It says someone needs to look at self in order to do reflection, right? But if you stay up under them and you in their energy, they can't reflect on themselves, y'all. If you stay up under them, they can't introspect. Why? Because your energy covers a multitude of sin. Y'all know who it is. You supposed to be living your life like it's golden, y'all. Jill Scott. You supposed to be living your life like it's golden. They have to do introspection, y'all. So someone has been thinking and replaying memories of the past, y'all. But you probably had to detach from the whole situation so that it would give this person time to figure out, y'all, their damn life. All right, let me get two more, y'all. I got to meet with a client right now. All right, reconstruction. Okay, so it's under reconstruction, y'all. There is a breaking down and reorganizing and mending required to rebuild this foundation. All right, your relationship is under construction, y'all, but it's being rebuilt this time on a healthy foundation. This time on a healthy foundation, y'all. You cannot build on a broken foundation. So you got to make sure that you're building, y'all, on a foundation that's sure. A sure foundation, y'all. All right, tomorrow is Wednesday, so I will be back on in the morning, y'all, at 7:15 for your new moon reading. All right, in the morning we're gonna do the new moon energy, see what's taking place. All right, that you need to know. Then I will be on TikTok at 9 a.m. All right, I'll be on TikTok at 9 tomorrow. All right, denial. Do not be in denial. All right, sometimes you got to be ready to acknowledge the truth, y'all. And the truth here is that your person simply wasn't ready, but they didn't want to release you. Fear. That's it. That's all, y'all. That's it. Whoever this is, they were in denial. They weren't ready to see the truth, so they didn't want to release you, but they also weren't ready for you. And they had a lot of fear. It says fear is creating a delay in the forward progression of this partnership because whoever this is, they had deep-rooted fears, y'all. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Before we end, I got 54 people watching and 40 thumbs up. If you are enjoying the content, please give the video a thumbs up before I get ready to end, y'all. All right, I love that. You need all glory to God. Absolutely, y'all. Because these are divine unions, y'all. And I don't understand why people want to take God out of it. This is divine union. This is kingdom marriage. This is that's kingdom, y'all. That's God. So when you say a twin flame or divine counterpart, that is God. And can't nobody cast out fear but God. Stop playing. If somebody is rooted in fear, nothing casts out fear, y'all, but love. And love comes through what? God. Love casts out all fear. And that's why you, as the divine feminine, you got to walk in grace, right? You got to walk in grace and you got to understand that love casts out all fear, which means it takes courage, queen. This twin flame journey ain't for the faint of heart, y'all. I be wanting to cuss mine out some days, but I just say Supreme Rising King. I hope you have a beautiful day. Right? Some days you be wanting to shake their asses, but you just keep praying for them in the background because you know they are good men who have the weight of the world on their shoulders, y'all. So it takes courage from them, but it takes courage from you, queen. So you got to find the courage also to take action towards what you want. All right. There's a revelation that's taking place, and the universe will reveal the unknown. All right. The final card. Yeah. All right. Listen to God, y'all. All right, listen to God. Everything that you need to have revealed, God will always reveal it to you. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I got to meet with a client at 3. She might be on the live, child. She might be on here. Anise, girl, you on this live? All right, y'all, I'm finna get out of here. I will be back. Now, if I decide to record more content, then I'll just go live again later. But I think I'm going to rest because I got some other stuff I need to do and some personal readings to get out. I will be back in the morning, y'all, at 7:15 for your new moon energy update. And then I'll be live on TikTok at 9. All right, and then I may do an afternoon live tomorrow as I'm putting out more content, y'all. All right, y'all have a beautiful day. I got to get out of here, y'all. Love and light, as always, the Lady Empath 1111, y'all. All right, if you want to book with me, the only way to book is the website, y'all. I will never inbox you, message you. Those are scammers on any platform. All right, I will never inbox you or be in the comments on any platform, y'all. Those are scammers. All right, the Lady Empath 1111.com. All right, that's the only way to reach me. All right, have an amazing day. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Kyra. Thank you, Deja. All right, thank you, Rita. Thank you, Keontae. I see you on there, girl. Awesome. Hey, Keontae. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be back in the morning at 7:15. All right, love and light, y'all. All you gotta do is say yes, y'all. That is your final song by Floetry, y'all. I can't make it up. All you gotta do is say yes to whatever it is. Just say yes.